I don't know why. It works all the time, and then as soon as we do these, it just cuts out all the time. Right, so yeah, pretty much the whole gist of the idea is War has come here, and he pretty much just says to you guys, I know that obviously usually Thromethramel does this whole thing, but I thought that it would probably be best if I took you somewhere.
To where?
Well, that's just the thing. You guys are missing at least 2 specific people from your group. I mean, you usually have a whole, 6-figure vibe thing going on, and you need 6 party members, right? So I thought that I'd swing on by and take you to the exact place. Oh, and don't worry, I have exactly the right thing of what we'll need. As he then just takes out what seems to be like a little pouch. He opens it up and he just starts taking out large amounts of cloth. He then just throws a large cloth at each of you as he goes, these things are cloaks. Put them on you. You'll need to, well, be relatively disguised. Like myself, as he then pulls out one and, as he then basically pulls out a mask and places it on himself, as he's already got a cloak, as he then places the hood up. You see, if we are caught outside, most of us are going to obviously be immediately attacked by villains or heroes, looking to take us on or looking to arrest us, so it's probably best that we lay low. The place that I'm going to take you, however, this will be the best place for us to get whoever or whatever we need for you guys' operations. Hope you guys are ready.
I'm ready, and I'll put on the cloak.
Ready as I'll ever be.
It is far too early for this.
As he just basically goes, come on! He pretty much ushers you guys out. He takes you guys out just walking for a while. Like he just says, you won't need your car or whatever. As you just keep walking. During this time, he doesn't say anything else. He just keeps walking, and every now and again he looks back and goes, keep following me. As you do so, do you stand there in silence, do you walk there in silence, or do you actually say anything amongst each other, or do you try and speak to him?
I'm like, no, I'm going deadly silence because I'm partly, just pissed off with the situation that, normally I wake up at the crack of noon and this has been interrupted. So, I'm just like, ugh. So I'm just sort of passive aggressively being silent.
Fair enough. As you sort of keep walking, something does occur to you guys, which is the fact that this guy obviously he's also a Zayton level criminal, meaning that he's as wanted as Talos is, or Talos is now as wanted as he is. And two out of the 3 of you are also still relatively known thanks to the things that happened. So it's still that thing of we are doing this out in the open. There's sort of a level of unease, a level of almost paranoia, as you feel like you're being watched. As you continue through the city, getting closer and closer, people every now and again stare at you guys and sort of feel as if they know you, but then immediately sort of just not really care. Eventually, you get to a small building in the middle of 2 very large, almost skyscrapers, large offices. This building, it's almost like a little house, just on a plot of land. It looks very out of place compared to everything else here. It's in the middle of the city, and it's just this empty square with a house dead center in the middle of this empty square. War then says, we'll need to go inside if we want to get anywhere. Come on, follow me.
All right.
As he wanders off, he then goes up to the door and attempts to open it. As it then clicks, he then pushes the door forward, and he then walks in.
I will follow.
Yep.
Yep, indeed.
I shall follow, hoping this is not some other strange place like a museum.
As you all wander in, He closes the door behind you, and it just basically looks like as if someone's hollowed out an actual house and turned it into a reception area. There is a secretary just sitting there at a desk. Yes, can I help you? This man looks rather skinny and has sort of a very square-looking haircut, close to his head, short hair, and very thin glasses. He is set in a very neatly done dress sense, as he is wearing a very slender business suit. Can I help you with anything? Yeah, we're villains, and we're looking to tear the place up. The name's War, by the way. Talos, Toxie, you got Blitzcannon, oh, and Bartholomew. You might know these three as the natural disasters. Silence fills the room as you're almost quite like shocked that he's told you to be so secretive and now he's just immediately blown the whole thing.
Classic War.
I
Yep.
do feel like Bartholomew's a little upset that no one ever uses his title, the Marrow Minstrel. It's just always Bartholomew.
You gotta get better branding, mate. Like,
You gotta
I've
let
always
people
said
know
this.
that's your whole shtick. He looks at him for a second, without even budging, puts his hand up next to his glasses and nudges his glasses up, just adjusting them. He then looks down back at his computer and starts typing away. Oh, what are you waiting for? As he looks back up at War. The owner has already allowed you access. Alright. Come on. As you notice, behind this man melts away the wall and reveals an elevator. War presses the button and the elevator opens. He steps inside and ushers the four of you to come in with him.
I sort of slightly nervously inch in because I have no idea what's going on.
I will just walk right in because I think I know what's going on and it's awesome.
I'm just pretty chill. I'm not sure why I'm here, but we made it out last time.
Bartholomew just walks in, he's...
As you all get in and the elevator then closes behind you, there's then 10 separate buttons. Well, 11 if you count you. There is then floors that go down 1, 2, 3, all the way till eventually 10. He presses number 10. And as he does so, he then presses another button on the elevator as the elevator doors become glass, as you can now see through them. He then goes, yeah, this place is pretty damn sweet. You see, about a couple decades ago, there was this guy, he owned an entire company, this whole building. And he didn't really like the way that things were going with the whole super society, and he liked making money in rather dark ways. So, eventually, he did what any sane man would do. He hired someone to cloak and completely control the fabric of the building, who would come in and who would come out. Eventually, after about 15 years of happiness and pretty much building an underground empire, he then gave it to this one man. The one man who did exactly all of that. As you then go down, you see a floor just full of different tents, people living in them, people living around almost like camping inside. You then go down further to the next floor, you then see pretty much rooms, like almost like a hotel, like there's a couple of halls leading out to different places. Each time that you go down, each one looks better and better and better. However, you then get to the 5th floor. As you go past that, some things start to change. Roll me, all of you, an insight or a perception. And now, for those who have always wondered what it looks like, I can now place this on the screen.
I'm gonna go with perception. I am, because that's higher.
Okay.
Both of mine have the exact
I
same
shall roll.
modifier, so I'll just insight.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Oops, that's not the Dice Rolls channel.
Oh, doesn't count. If it's not in the dice rolls, don't count. There we go.
All
Oh
of
my god,
you
we all
get
got 16!
Nice, nice.
Hilarious.
So, Toxic.
Mind meld!
There is no
Toxic,
such thing as a
You know what? This is
coincidence.
going to be like the super anime thing where everyone notices the same thing, where it's like the screen splits into 4 as all of your reactions hit at the same time. Duh! As you notice, this entire floor, the 5th floor, is a marketplace. And as you look with all of your perceptions or insights, you notice that either with perception, this is an entire marketplace, and I think I see some of them are selling some things that I would never see normally out in the open. But those who got insights, this is definitely a marketplace, but it is also a black marketplace where they will sell goods that are 100% definitively illegal in this town. As you go further down, you see on the 6th floor, it's just almost like an entire indoor factory. There's blacksmiths, there's tailors, there's pretty much like a little lab set up all the way at the back, a chemistry table, technology, cybernetics, all sorts of different things. As he just goes, yeah, this is the 4th floor. Anyone and everyone who builds technology, gadgets, gizmos, even clothing, you'll pretty much see them down here. You can either learn from the greats, or basically build something yourself if you think you're great enough. It then goes down further, as you then see bars, casinos, all sorts of bits and pieces inside. You see a small cinema set up. As you go, yeah, entertainment floor, all sorts of different things. You can also see all the different games going on, as he shows there's many different projectors and all sorts of televisions placed in different strategic points all around the buildings, all around the floor. You then see, as you go down, just a small boxed square room, no bigger than possibly 4 by 4 meters, and a door. And as you keep going down, the door, as you see, is just made out of purely ebony wood, pure black wood, jet black wood, with a number made out of golden, made out of basically golden material, as it just says 0. That's all it says. It says 0. You then go down further, as you then see a sort of dojo and a gym in all-in-one sort of style thing. You go, training floor, in case if people want to train before they do the big fights. And the next one, as you then get down to the 10th floor, it goes, the arena floor. As you see a huge metal cage dome in the middle of this room. This room is not only bigger in the terms of height, but it feels like as if this entire place is much more vibrant. It feels much more full than anything else. And you're thinking, okay, I roughly remember that square. That square could definitely have a big-ass building, but this entire place feels like as if this would actually take up all of those areas. Like, this is huge. This is at least 5 times, if not 10 times wider than anything that we've seen before in the terms of any of the buildings. So you could guesstimate that roughly the entirety of the size of this place is almost around about 100 meters wide. As you finally get down, you open the doors and it's just arena screaming, like people just chanting, and you hear all of these different voices just shouting different names. Kill him! You go! Yeah, yeah, yeah. As you keep hearing this, you also then hear a large speakerphone voice calling out and saying different specific phrases. Some of which that you're roughly sort of hearing as it echoes through this entire almost chasm of a floor, as pretty much the main thing that is just being said is, "Welcome to the Blood Dome! We have 2 fighters in this arena. Who will come out on top? We'll find out." As you hear that, War then just sort of goes, "Oh, the best thing about this place, the owner is the best. He does everything right in villain society. No one gets in without his permission, and no one's getting out with knowing any of the secrets. This entire place is coated with a spatial and telepathic blend that will disable any people from getting inside. Literally, I've seen it myself. I was once caught by this one hero, and he brought me right back in here, and he walked out, completely forgot who the hell I was. This thing is great. If you're a villain, it knows it, and it will just let you walk in. If you're a hero, goody two-shoes, or even you even think that you're gonna dob this guy in, this place just erases all of your memories. It's fantastic. Oh, and here's the best bit. Every single floor is pretty much run by some of the greatest criminals, greatest villains of all time, and anyone who wants to have anything to do with this place will be here, watching the matches, anywhere in any of these floors. And the best part of that? People are doing it so that they can be recruited by other villain teams. What do you think? As he's sort of just standing there, arms open, just waiting for approval.
I mean, that's nifty. But
This place is amazing.
I mean, but like, that's all very well. But like, are we gonna get? I guess that we're just going to recruit from the aren't we? Like, I mean, I'm kind of speechless. This is like everything I wanted. Can I live here? Is that possible? Is it
It is
possible to live
actually
here?
possible if you have enough money. Oh, that's it. Right, every one of you, give me your cards. As he then starts rummaging around in his pockets.
Okay, get my card out.
Yes,
Yep.
look at the card.
He takes out a card, and he then basically asks all of you to basically place your cards in front of him. As he then puts his card on each one of yours at a time, and it then increases by 10,000 stars each.
Ah!
You gotta have some spending money, and you guys did get us that battery, so keep it, use it wisely. But I would recommend that you stay around for a couple of fights. See what roughly you're sort of looking at. Almost kind of like you're window shopping for a new friend. Either way, as I said, this is probably the best place that you'll ever find. No heroes can get in, and no heroes are getting out without completely without completely forgetting everything. So you're all good here.
It's like, thank you. Toxie's
actually-
expression is kind of Oh,
As the entire crowd suddenly goes quiet, and then you just hear suddenly, ooh, 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 as you're just like, what? Why are they all chanting like nothing? Like they're just basically going, ooh, like that. That's all they're doing, but they're doing it in a rhythm. As he just goes, this is the best part. Fresh blood. This means that they've never done this before. It's who, as in, who is it? But it's also kind of like a war cry. These are my kind of people. As he just dashes in to this crowd and just starts just chanting with them.
and he's gone.
As you guys
Yep,
look,
that's war.
there are a couple of spaces, but there's also projectors all around, so you can see what's happening inside if you don't want to struggle through and go past any of these people.
I might actually do a chemical attack if any of them touch me, so I'm just going to watch from the screen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't do well in crowds.
If I can see from here, then that's good enough.
Well,
You
I'm
can
going to
literally
try
get a
and get a
boost.
front row seat.
Fair enough. Roll me. I'm going to say roll me either dexterity or strength. You can add labor or you can add finesse, depending on the situation.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, okay. As you start like sort of going in and out of the different parts of the crowd, you do get up, and you're actually seeing the dome. As you try to put your hand on it, however, despite the fact that it is just basically like a whole dome cage, your hand can't touch the metal. It's almost like as if it's got a barrier around it.
Cool.
As you start watching, you then see a human standing there. He's got a couple of bits of he looks well kitted out. He's like in a sort of almost like military sort of looking tank top and just cargo pants. But the weird thing is he's barefoot and he has what seems to be a curved sword on his right side. It seems as though a gun holster with a gun in it on his left side, and then he's actually got a chain wrapped around his like his entire torso, which you can see is like a weight and a little like sort of sickle hanging off of it. This guy's sort of almost like boosting up the crowd as he seems almost like as if he's waiting for his champion to come out, or as you think he's a champion, as you then see entering someone else. And this is where I shall say bye-bye Vale, as we now enter this character. Now I will get rid of everyone else on the board just so that we can actually see who this character is for those who are unknowing of this character. There we go.
I don't want to go.
As you just see a female red archling, or a female archling, walking out. She has wings, 4 wings, that are sort of tucked behind her, and two of them sort of wrapped around her like a skirt.
No, they're all wrapped around her.
Okay.
Makes it look like she's wearing a dressing gown, more or less, is what the effect of the wings.
Yeah, the picture is of her with one.
Would you like to describe roughly how this character is walking in, Sam, as this is your character?
Mostly kind of semi-shyly, but attempting to appear confident.
Okay.
Like waving, but like half-heartedly waving, trying to smile, but trying to hide the usual fear of being in front of a giant crowd of people.
Okay. As you start approaching, as this archling starts approaching, you will notice this almost like again as they seem to be almost like as if they are actually shy, but they're trying to seem like as if they're not. You then notice the crowd go still just for a second, as you then hear the announcer say this. It seems as though we have a new contender. This archling has spoken, and she would like to have a go at our current, fighter? As much as we all say, anyone is allowed in the ring. Ha ha! As it's sort of almost is implying that this guy isn't a champion, but it's also that thing of he doesn't really necessarily believe in this new contender either. As everyone sort of like laughs relatively sort of like chucklingly, yeah. As it then happens, the domain seems to get a little smaller, as now the distance between them is about 20 meters. The cage seems as though they are around about 20 meters tall. So the cage itself is about 20 meters tall, but the width of the cage is about 40 meters. It seems as though it changed and bent around to fit and suit the needs of the particular arena. As you're all watching this, I want Sam to roll me for your move speed for your initiative.
Okie doke. Give me a second while I get the move speed.
That's okay. And also, people who are seeing this, they'll be watching from my Uh,
23.
okay, there we go. 23. I'm just now going to say this. So yes, most people will actually see that this is my setup as well. So you'll actually be able to see what I roll. There we go. Nice. Okay, so
Oh.
Sam, you will be going first in this particular scenario, as the announcer says with great confidence, "Begin the match."
Okay, does
How
it
would
look
you
like
like-
we're going to do a handshake?
No, you guys are about 20 meters away from each other. This guy
Okay.
sort of gets into a sort of fighting stance and is
Oh.
waiting.
I'm going to immediately hit him then. I'm going to try and do my 1.5 times damage move.
Okay.
Mostly because I thought we were gonna do a handshake first and agree to play fair, but then he's just doing that.
Very well.
Well, that
Nice.
meets it.
No, absolutely. I'm just now having a look. Okay. And I now have to roll for this. I don't know why I just made that modifier so high. I was looking at his stats. I was like, oh yeah, there we go. 18. No, 18 is +5, not just +8. There we go. As you go to shoot him with this blast, he just leaps off to the left. As he just barely dodges it, as it just goes past him. As he then just stands back, readied.
Look of mild amazement and awe. That was cool.
As he then grabs his sword and procures it from the sheath. He then unbuckles the pistol and removes it from its holster. As he then goes into a sort of stance with both of them. As he does so, he rushes towards you and attempts to slice you with said weapon. Which you're now just currently looking at the modifiers for. There we go. Okay. So there you go. Okay.
No. Okay.
Of course. It's going to be one of those sessions.
So, as he goes through you can still attempt to obviously roll to react.
I'm going to attempt to block.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Will I roll twice for both attacks?
Yes, you can roll twice for both attacks.
Can I use that or can I use that for both attacks?
No. Since you've
Okay.
just asked.
I
well.
shouldn't have asked.
Basically, this guy lunges towards you and slashes you immediately and then points his gun right at you and fires it. As he does so, the first damage deals... actually, have all of their damages written down, so I don't need to worry about having to do this. So, it is... I don't know why I just did that. So that's
It's gonna
that
be. Oh! Oh, that's painful.
and that's from the gun. The gun is not
That's
very
painful.
powerful. But the sword, as you get hit by it, it's like, ow, that cuts, and then it just suddenly electrocutes you. As you are dealt some damage. Now, Sam, would you like to tell me what your character's health is?
It is 50.
Okay.
And my vitality is 27.
Okay, I'm just now writing that down. 27. Current
That is a huge chunk. That's half my health.
damage. And you just took... Well, thankfully, you did just take 19 and then 6. Even if that had been combined, which obviously it can't be because it's two separate attacks, it's fine. So, this is the power of mix match. And... just now checking that. Okay, so that's in total 25 damage dealt to you in sum total. Yep, that is exactly half your health. Okay, and now it is your turn. As again, he slashes, and then immediately pulls out the gun and shoots. Now, I want to point out this. This does cut you. I'm assuming that the wings were still close around to you, so I'm just assuming that it just cuts on your wings.
Probably because I was unable to lift my hands up enough to block. That when they slash in my hands, and I didn't actually block good enough, considering it's a blade.
Okay. So now that it is your turn, how do you wish to proceed?
Ow! I attempt to like my wings unfurl back as I more or less attempt to gain some distance by flying backwards.
Yes, you can. Roll for strength, I believe it is for flight.
Yeah, it is strength, which is +4.
Yep.
It just about makes it.
What's your move speed again?
My move speed for flying or just normal?
Your move speed.
25.
Okay, so you can move up to 25 meters away.
I'm going to move up to 25 meters away.
Okay, and how high are you going to be off the ground?
As high as I can, which is 19 meters.
Okay. Basically, as you do that, you sort of conk your head on the top. As again, this is about 15 meters high. That you can sort of get up to on this cage.
I'm not very wise or dexterous, so that makes sense.
As you sort of fly back,
Ow.
conk. Ow. Okay, I'll fly lower. All right.
No.
Toxie has a little laugh at that, so yeah.
It's all very, it's the stage lights, it's the having to fight someone, it's not having the handshake, it's not being her day so far.
Yes, this place is very heavily illuminated by light. As this goes on, the commentator just goes, "Looks like the newcomer could possibly do with some flight training." As a load of people laugh.
This time I'm gonna go for the 2 times damage.
Okay.
One
Hey!
eye.
Okay,
I hope.
I shall roll for this particular thing. He basically notices that you're shooting, and he just pulls his gun and sort of aims it towards you, as he attempts to do reactive shot, which I'm just having a look at now. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's +8. He fails. You hit him. Roll for damage.
Do I just do the dice times 2 then?
No. You roll two times the amount of dice.
That's what I mean. Bad.
Okay, nice. Well, you definitely hit him, and the damage you deal to him is definitely apparent. Okay, as I roll for his... damn it, I always keep writing 8. Basically, as you just hit him with this pure, beam of, this glowing...
Bright purple beam.
Glowing, energy beam, you notice that it hits him and it sort of knocks him back a little. As it does actually, because he points his gun towards you, it actually also hits his hand, and he drops the gun. I'm just now having a look at this real quick. What's that? Okay.
You okay?
that was a laugh from me, but also a laugh from Toxie as as this girl just eviscerates this guy. Goes, "Are you okay?" Just Toxie is just laughing their ass off.
As you sort of just when you burn your hand, you sort of just start flapping it, just hopefully this will cool it down. He's doing that, with his left hand that had the gun. As he just sort of looks up and he just goes, "All right, that's it. I've had enough of this." As he then takes a stance, and he goes to swing his blade.
He fly too.
As he does so, he swings his sword, and it basically creates a slash through air that is a projectile as it comes hurtling towards you.
Okay, I'm going to see if this works first. It doesn't.
No.
She just kind of like puts her hands out as if to block, but more or less just kind of sticks her hands out right ahead of her, like, I didn't think this through.
And with that, it is plus that, plus that. Okay, there we go. As he does so, he causes a slash through the air. You notice it mostly because there's sparks that come off of the blade itself, but no actual lightning travels with this slash. As you see this sort of like almost bend of sort of, it seems almost like hot air because it's actually like almost like an actual bend in the air. You can see it like kicking off some dust as it then hits you and slashes and damages you. It cuts
Ow.
into you again.
That's very sore.
Maybe you shouldn't have come into the arena with a real man, as he's sort of just like exclaiming this.
I don't know if anyone is listening, but I'm just muttering, oh man, I've got some spare limbs around here.
Okay.
The guy that's next to you just inches away from you a little bit. Just
Bartholomew and Toxie, I'm going to say that, like, for the sake of character, yes, you do actually just hear him mutter that.
Need a hand?
Yes, actually, I do.
As we come back to the fight. As Sam, you sort of like, I guess...
Can I use my movable object ability, or is that a reactive thing?
No, you can use it at any point. It will last one whole rotation.
Yeah, because I'm quite hurt.
Yes.
I may not be bleeding, but I'm near the point of failing.
Okay.
Realizing maybe I shouldn't have done this. This is a bad idea.
So you'll use a movable object. So you'll take half damage over the next rotation. So during this turn if he reacts, and also during his turn if he actually lands an attack.
Okay. I'm going to once again I'm going to go for the 1.5 times damage this time.
Okay.
Which does hit.
This time,
Nice.
This guy has no other chance but to roll acrobatics evasion or acrobatics, which he fails. Roll damage.
So that's
Because no matter what
half
he has,
of 12.
he can't use any of his reactive abilities because he currently still doesn't have the gun.
Times plus. So that plus 12. There we go.
Nice.
oh,
Okay.
30 points of damage.
mama. Oh, mama.
Oh, mama! As I want to point this out, like Blitz Cannon, you see this, and some people go, "Whoa!" As you let out this beam from either one or both of your hands, as it just hits this guy, as it just tries to dodge in the exact identical way that he did, but this time it's to the left. And as he does so, he tries to do it, but funnily enough, when he jumps, he then gets hit by the beam directly. As if you tracked where he was going to jump and you shot him perfectly. As it does this...
Or in actuality, I was going to miss by accident, and he just moved to the right spot for me.
As it hits, I will now roll for his vitality. He gets hit, and he's standing still. Like, he's just, like, looking at that, arms open, and he just goes... What have you gotten? As his eyes roll into the back of his head and just falls unconscious. Boosh. Right on the floor. Natural 20 at that point was not going to keep him awake with a minus, 13 on his health.
More or less, Lee at this point is going to kind of go over and, lightly poke him to see if he's okay. Then just more or less try to heal him. I too.
Okay. Roll for that SP. Now, this is kind of interesting to you guys. All of you notice this. As she goes to have a look over, some of the people are like, "Oh yeah, she's gonna finish him. I love the brutal ones." As you then just see her hands begin to make a glow, and every one of you guys notice this. All four of you, in fact, technically all five of you, because another one of you is watching this, all 5 of the players, other than Sam, please roll me a power knowledge or an intelligence.
Ooh, I think I will go with a power knowledge.
I will go with either because they're the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Power
so
knowledge for me
smart.
as well.
I'm so smart.
Okay.
Nice. Blitz Cannon and Bartholomew, she got glowy hands. Lucas, on the other hand, you're watching this on a television, and you see that her hands glow with like this weird thing. You're like, that looks a lot like the same as her beams. And at first, you're like, I'm pretty sure she's just going to finish him up. No? And you're like, is she trying to help him? Now, at this point, Talos, you see this, and you're just like, is this just intelligence, or is this actual power knowledge?
That's power knowledge.
You see this, and you're like, so she has the ability of Animite sharing. Certain husks have the ability to shoot beams of pure Animite radiation from their own DNA. It's one of their special abilities. It's very rare, but if they can get it, then it's very powerful. But it's even rarer to have this and the other ability known as Animite sharing, which allows them to heal those who have that power. However, Toxie, did you roll intelligence or power knowledge?
Power knowledge, because it's got
You
+4 on
see
it.
that you see exactly what he sees, but you notice something. This guy must be a human, because that every time that she's glowing and she then touches him, the glow stops. And you've heard that like it becomes visually apparent. According to what you know, it becomes visually apparent when someone has the healing power. You may have known someone who had this in the past, or you may have read this up or looked it up. But either way, you know that this guy is not being affected. And Leah, you know that this guy is not being affected for the same reason. Because that this guy is a human. He has no superpowers. He is not unaffected.
Sorry about that.
As this goes on, you then hear the announcer yet again. Well done to our contestant, Leah Iradia. As then
If again.
a snap is heard, just as then the guy, all of his wounds are undone, and he just immediately wakes up. As you then look at your body, all of your cuts, bruises, all of it gone. As then you're immediately hearing, just pretty much being ushered out, as you're just told to leave the place. This guy wakes up. Damn it! I really thought I had you. Well,
good game.
well done, I guess.
Hand out for a handshake.
He actually like takes your hand and sort of uses it to get up as well.
Oh, up.
As he then like does actually genuinely shake your hand and go, "Well done." As you were then sort of like start walking off and leaving. I want to point out, all of you roll me a power knowledge again.
Oh, I'm definitely.
And this time, all 6 of you are allowed to.
This time it's going to be rubbish.
Not as good. Not as good this time.
I told you.
Hey, knowledge is big fat 0.
Talus is just sort of like, no limbs.
Toxie and Blitz Cannon, you both look at this and you're like, the hell was that? They were just instantly healed. That's crazy. However, Bartholomew, you look at this and you're like, that's strange. It's not like as if they were healed, it was like as if the entire damage was just undone. Like, nothing had actually happened. The guy was knocked out unconscious, but he woke up. But it was almost like as if, like there was almost like a glitch in reality when he woke up. Like it wasn't actually like him being jerked awake. It was almost like him going, and him almost completely just being sort of, if you were to say it was almost like as if someone just hit a redo button.
Control Z.
Pretty much, yeah. Control Z, undo. And because of that, it's just like you're starting to realize that's not a healing power, but it's something more powerful. You can't quite put your finger on it. You have noticed it. Lucas, you on the other hand are just like Blitzcannon and Toxie. That is a weird healing power. That is strange. Talos, again, you're not really paying attention too much, and you look at that and go, yeah, cool, healing. Or even you actually go, they probably both have healing factors.
Yeah, whatever. I'll be able to do that at some point soon.
Leah, you think it's weird, but you've seen this kind of stuff happen before, so you just assume it's someone with healing powers. As that happens, however, you then hear this. The announcer, the entire place lights up as spotlight, boom, immediately on Blitz Cannon, and 3 spotlights, boom, boom, boom. Bartholomew, Talos, Toxie.
Oh.
What do we have here? It seems as though someone has made it to my attention that the most recent big bads, the natural disasters, are here, and their skeleton pet. As we've got all 4 of them, looks like they're looking for some new meat to join their crew.
I'm just trying to hide in my onesie at the moment.
As the
This is, like,
entire
embarrassing.
group stares, just everyone turns their heads. Everyone stares at you. But even crazier, this is brought to the attention of you, Leah. You are now outside of the cage, and you see all of the spotlights, but the one main one, glistening as the dirt, the dust, and the sweat that's just become a sort of weird mist, glistens down on the one person that you're the most interested in this group.
Okay,
And
who's
they're
gonna create a
wonderful.
creepy stalker for this time?
I don't.
Is that one of my character? Is that one of my character ideas now? Just creepy stalker
Well, like,
characters.
yeah,
Well,
this is just
yeah.
your archetypes.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. It just works so well.
Fanatics,
I mean,
I'd like
Sam,
to call them.
I don't know what you've done in your other games, but for the Rise of the Rune Lords game, you made frickin' Western.
Oh, so he did this before the vampire.
Oh
game.
yeah.
I like how it's
I mean,
just
it should-
stages.
Oh
so he did
yeah,
this before this.
also
So he's done
also
this
the
before
vampire
this.
one.
Anyway,
I should-
anyway.
Yeah, I should say, Gabe was the one who told me to do that for Western, more or less.
I mean, you're the
I
one who
like
took
the
the
story.
frickin'
Anyway, so
hopelessly in
yeah,
love
Leah,
claw.
you see this, and you see the character that is glistening from all of this, and you just your heart almost skips a beat, and you can hear nothing as everything starts just going dull. You hear nothing because everything is just tunnel vision.
Dreamweaver.
As this happens, you feel
One take,
feel-
two take, triple take.
nothing
take.
else but I need to move to them. It can't be. I need to know that it's
Beat.
not a dream. As one foot after the other starts going, do you keep that pace or do you start bolting towards them?
Say, can I roll nerve to see how far I will go?
You could roll nerve or willpower. It's up to you.
I mean, willpower is -2, so
Nerve.
You can't keep your head as you explode, as you scream out their name. Louder than the announcer, I want to point this out.
Say toxic.
Toxie!
As all 3 of you just immediately just snap. You're staring. I want to point out, Blitzcannon, you can't because you've got a whole crowd around you.
I like,
Yeah.
I just like the amount of surprise that it's just because it's like I didn't want to be seen anyway, but then I see this giant woman barreling towards me like in slow motion, like.
At this point, you just see attempting at flying, but failing. So she's just running, and her wings are flapping behind her.
I was really hoping it was Bartholomew.
I don't know. Bartholomew is still reeling back from being called a pet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we'll get to that. As this happens, Leah screams, "Toxie!"
Should have done Bartholomew.
Runs as everyone's just watching this dust trail created behind her, because not only is she running fairly fast, her wings are creating like this wind current behind her, as she just immediately like gets point blank at Toxie.
Can I help you, ma'am?
Just quietly, silently staring. Just
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
do you not remember me? You saved my life.
Okay, I would. Can I just roll history to see what the hell she's talking about?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see if I can do. If I got any history. No, I just got a +3. Like, I'm like,
You've not really often saved a lot of people, so it's like you're sort of thinking, I feel like I would remember you, and then it sort of takes some time. And you're like, oh, I think I might have saved a few people, coincidentally. I, it sounds sort of like me. It kind of almost like you'll have to get a bit more of a reminder, but you're sort of almost like on the edge of like remembering.
I mean, I might have done. I don't know. How long ago was this?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. That was when I was like, yeah, that wasn't Buffalo. Wasn't that with the gang war with Vale?
Yeah. That's right, rattled my bone brain a bit, trying to remember.
So is the crowd still just staring at us?
Yes, absolutely. The crowd is still staring at you guys.
I mean, I'm starting to figure out what.
I'm like, the crowd is between me and the rest of the group, so
Yes,
I can't
yeah.
even like.
Is this kind of just the sexy bad boy of the group?
Oh, definitely.
Is that why all the crowded around him? Just plethora of men and women just asking, "Can I have your
No, he
autograph?"
went off
Son
on
of
his
a
own.
chest!
He went off on his own. So
No.
he's at the front row, and now he's like further away from the groups because he was there. As basically the announcer just says, "It would seem as though that there's already a great fan amongst this crowd, and it was a previous warrior no less. Perhaps this could be their greatest victory, signing in with a powerful team."
Ah.
Can I join your team?
Well, you were really impressive there. I mean, it was also very funny. So
Did he decreased?
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not? Wait a minute. Hold on. Are we? Wait, a team? But oh, I mean, team is in recruiting for our minions, or a team is in
Yeah.
fighting in the ring.
War then just
don't
comes up.
try.
It's like, she's actually asking if she can join your party. I didn't think it would be that easy to find at least one.
I
But
mean,
he said,
okay, sure,
"Not so
why
good with
not?
words."
I mean, you do have you do have a giant death beam. That would be
Oh,
it's always a plus.
It's not that good.
Oh, are you kidding? Come on! Like, you absolutely floored that guy.
That was just because he just kept that was not too good.
No, don't shut up. All
Oh.
right, you did good.
Meanwhile,
Smiles.
off with
Bashfully.
Blitzcrank. As Blitzcrank,
Yeah,
you're
so,
just covered around like all of these people that are just staring at you. Men, women, are just
Yeah.
staring you down, just like, is it him? Yeah, I think it's him. Yeah, no, it couldn't be him. Oh, it definitely looks like him from the news. I don't know. He's not covered in lightning, but it could be him.
Quick question.
Yes.
If I were to try and lightning dash to the other side of the crowd, would that like electrocute everyone in my path?
It could electrocute the people that you basically come in contact with / hit. Yes.
Okay, then I won't do that because I might make some people angry, and I don't want to get a beat down here.
Yes.
Um,
When you start thinking that, however, you suddenly notice like you sort of like trying to back off, and then suddenly like your entire body feels like as if it's encased in sort of like completely transparent syrup. You can't move, and suddenly just like almost like as if you're seeing like all of space for a second, and suddenly you just like it's almost like as if you've moved at incredible speeds and then stopped gently enough to sort of be like, okay, that didn't kill me no matter how fast I moved, but also at the same time it was like jagged enough to feel like as if you just like were in a roller coaster and it just stopped all of a sudden. As you're just standing still, you can't move, and then suddenly your entire body is released. As you just phased through all of those people without harming them, and you're now standing in front of everyone else. Like the entire party, as War's just looking at you go, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
I can't. I think the whatever guy's the weird space time shenanigans keeping this place hidden has taken a bit of an interest in us.
Oh, yeah. As you start looking around, you start noticing some very obviously uniformed people start sort of walking around the group that you currently have. As War just goes,
that ain't good.
I think you're right. As he's sort of almost like laughing to himself, like, I just okay, this ain't good. Or maybe it's better than good. We don't know. It's sort
I
of
mean,
almost...
can you possibly elaborate? Like, that's kind of a big margin of kind of good and terrible.
Meanwhile, Lucas, you've seen this and you've immediately gone from wherever you are and immediately are like beelining it towards the elevator. As this is the whole thing ever since it was announced, you're like, okay, no, I've got to see this. Instead of seeing it on a screen. As you go and you go off there. Back down with these guys, you then see a dude in sort of like a load of different like cloths, wrapped around his sort of like neck, as sort of almost like a huge scarf. As he just like walks in, he's about like 4'8". As this guy just goes, they're waiting for the owner. He shall be here soon. As your compatriots have already realized this, they have taken an interest in your team. Please, do not be afraid. As the war just goes, I mean, this could... You want to roll seduction?
Well, it's, again, do not.
No. I was saying Ben should.
No.
Split cannon with his group of people.
I think currently Bartholomew wants to find that announcer and rip out his spine, but
Damn.
As suddenly he just goes,
I'll take his spine.
the owner will wish to have a word with you. It is nothing bad, I assure you. Oh, I know what this is. Yeah, I'm not part of this group. I am already aware of this. You are War, Zayton criminal, supervillain, and one of the members of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. You are not part of these guys. You are merely showing them around. Well, I don't really know news about me spread out to this country, but very well. I'm interested enough to see what happens. As I'm sure you will be. As behind you is a man in what is basically best described as just these silk robes. As he's got a strange looking silk fez on and these odd purple shiny silk robes. Greetings, everyone. I am the owner of this establishment. Now, I know who all of you are, so we won't need to introduce ourselves any further. But you have all piqued my interest. Perhaps you would like to all come with me?
Sure.
Well, I don't think we have much of a choice now, do we?
Wonderful. Now, you're not in any kind of trouble. I should possibly inform you of this. My name is Marcello Sander. I am the owner of this place, and I have been for the last 15 years. Or, at least I've been the controller of this place for the last 15 years. This very area and this very location has been under my control. I would actually like to, let's say, reach out to all of you, an invitation. You see, many people here like to bet money for this. As a matter of fact, I gain a lot of money for every time that I am able to record any piece of information on villains such as yourselves. Now, obviously, I do not use this for information against heroes, because why should they all have the fun of being able to harm villains and get righteous glory for it? But yet we are not allowed to do the same to each other in exchange for money and entertainment. No. What I do instead is I do this for the entertainment of everyone here, and I'm sure that all of you would be most entertaining. Based on the news of late, I would assume that most of you have the capability of decent level of combat. I have 6 champions, and I would like to see if you can match up against them. Fight them in a one-on-one combat, and win, and I shall give you a prize. Beat all 6 of them without a single defeat, and I shall give you 2 prizes. One prize is a favor given from me. I know almost every single supervillain here. I'm sure that I can come to something and find something that will be of interest to you. The other is 2 million stars.
I'm sorry, God. Sorry, did you say 2 million stars?
Absolutely. It's only a small fee that I can give you.
A small fee. A small
Toxin.
fee, everybody.
What
Well,
is wrong with you?
what is wrong with you?
You
2
appear
million
to be
stars.
struggling for air.
Well, I'll explain the value of money to you later. Just know right now, that's a lot of money, and
I
that's a lot of
understand the
power.
value of money, but you appear to have made us look poor in front of this gentleman.
Excuse me?
Don't worry. Everyone around here seems poor in front of me. That's not a brag, I just genuinely know that my wealth is more than everyone else in this entire place combined. Now
Well,
that
that's a
was a brag, because that I can read everyone's minds, whoever steps in here. And also that was a brag. Now, shall we get to it? You will, however, need to find a 6th, since you only have 5. But I'm sure that someone might be able to come across within this entire pool of combatants, or interesting villains, or even someone here who might be under the employ, who just might want to change management.
Well, we are doing tryouts for the group anyway. 2 birds, 1 stone.
As this happens, Lucas, you've finally gotten down and you're hearing this.
Boss. I'll do it. Go on, let me do it. Go on, be fun.
Lucas, you're here and you wish to try out with them. You want to go up against the champions.
Well, good news and bad news on that front. I had dead leaf my table. Sorry about that. They might have stolen the chips. Either way, but I am willing and ready to go.
He has a soft smile. This man is roughly sort of within his late 30s to maybe early 40s, but he has sort of a very sort of soft face. He doesn't seem to have almost a single wrinkle that would denote physical or emotional stress. Very well. Then it's settled. The Disasters team will be against the champions. And we'll hold it right here. Right now. Seems fair enough. Oh, and don't worry about any particular things. If you lose, you lose. I just want a good entertaining battle. And that is my honest truth.
Oh, fair dues.
War's just like, awesome. Do I get to sort of see these from front row since I brought them here? No, you'll actually get to see them in my suite. Awesome! Haha! Penthouse, here I come. Alright, guys, I'll see you later. Oh, I should probably let them know the rules. You may. Well, pretty much here's how the deal works. This guy's got 6 of these dudes, and, well, pretty much to base it off of this, they're pretty damn tough. Omega threat level, so, you know, nothing that you guys shouldn't be able to handle, although they are pretty damn powerful of their own chords and capabilities. Pretty much all the things you need to know. Anything is allowed to go in your own fight. You can try to kill them, try to maim them, try to defeat them, whatever, it doesn't matter. Considering that they have someone on standby that can help that. Second thing that you need to know, pocket dimensions are not only disallowed, but they're not allowed in the rules. And third, possession is not allowed unless if you're possessing your opponent. So just remember that. Can't be bringing in any of your possessed buddies to be able to take in for you. And final piece of information. This battle is what's known as a support battle. Any of your other teammates who will be sitting on the sidelines will be able to be teleported directly to you if you are in need of help. However, you can't use any attacks directly, meaning that you can't suddenly just shoot a beam of energy or suddenly suck them into a black hole. No, that's not allowed. Finally, the only thing that you should probably know about this place is it's not exactly easy to get out of. The entire place is covered in a spatial dimension dome, which pretty much means it'll change its exact quantum directions, meaning that the entire arena will become larger or smaller, wider or taller, based on everyone's special abilities in the ring at the time. So, keep that in mind. That's pretty much it. There aren't any other rules, so good luck, guys. Oh, I should probably say, you're only allowed to use one support each person, and if you lose that match that you used all of your supports, you have to wait until you next win to actually gain all of your supports again. It refreshes every time, and it refreshes everyone's every time that you win. So, that's pretty much the simple in and how you do. Did I get it all right? Fiona just looks in. Oh, you seem to do well. Does everyone understand the rules?
Yeah, pretty much.
Relatively.
Well
right,
enough.
right, with me, boss.
Did Bartholomew? Would you say that we managed to get like a new instrument within the time of, you know?
Sadly not, but if you want, you could try and roll to make a xylophone.
Yeah, So
Love is all about.
okay.
Yeah!
Nice.
Xylophone created. You can now play music through this.
I'd like to think that you created it in just a few seconds when you just like the tournament, so you understand the rules, and it's like doodling.
Is that meaning like sort of just like whilst he was saying that, almost like as if to add to the levels of feet that is coming from this.
It's like to imagine he just like appeared inside of me, just pulled it out of his coat pocket as if it was part of his inventory. In one of those old point and click adventure games.
Very well,
Yeah.
then let us see who exactly is going to be fighting who. Show it! As then the announcer goes, sure thing, boss. The matchups of all 6 fighters of the natural disasters? Okay, sure, cool. Just reading off the script here. And the 6 champions you all know and love. Put them up on the board, boys, as the 2 sides will be commencing shortly.
That was
As you
quick.
notice a huge sudden hologram appears, and it shows all of the different names as you all look up. You see all of your names dotted, as the exact way to go is this. Leia will be going first, then followed by Lucas, then Toxie, then Bartholomew, Talos, and then finally Storm.
It's Leah, not Leia.
Leah, sorry, Leah.
I'm not a princess yet.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Okay, princess.
I mean, that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Okay, so
Oh,
now we
More
have
likely to
that.
be Will.
You see your one, and basically you're looking at your opponent's lists as it sort of scrolls and scrolls, and as you're sort of looking at, you're sort of noting who it is that you have to fight. As you're looking down, you see it goes Leah versus Hazazel as the first matchup. As the owner then just basically vanishes into thin air, the shortcake just pretty much just says, "And now you must take your stage. Please follow me, and I will show you to your quarters, of which that you will have to stay during this tournament." As he takes you, all six of you, it's basically a booth behind sort of what looks to be sort of almost like a weird sort of spatial distortion bubble. It literally looks like a bubble, but as you guys walk near it, you can sort of see the distortion opening up so that you guys can get into it. As you all do so, the bubble then closes, and you just hear the. I'm going to state that his name is Titus, as he pretty much just says this to you.
Titus Mead.
You will be fighting soon. All of you must get better acquainted before the fight, as you will need each other. The only way to be able to call out for your support is by calling out during your own actions and speaking with your own words. Although there are other ways to communicate to your friends, you must be able to sort this out before the match starts. It will start momentarily. As he then walks away, and preparations are in commention.
Yeah. I'm like, when he leaves, I'm just gonna turn to Bartholomew and go like, 2 million stars!
Yeah, that is a lot of money.
That is, are you kidding? That's the most money. I don't think it's just an incomprehensible amount of money. All right, you lot, we cannot mess this up. Do not fuck this up for me.
I
All right.
won't.
to be honest,
Yeah,
to be honest,
Yeah.
all we have to do is win. All we have to do is win. If we beat them all, and get the favor from the boss, that 2 million is fucking nothing, mate.
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, we could definitely use that favor to sort out our little pocket dimension problem, or not. Either way, 2 million stars.
It's a lot. I've
That's-
seen guys here win and lose that on a night.
Holy moly! This. You know what? I love this play. You know what? For once in my life, I'm glad I got up before 12. This is beautiful. All right. Game plan, everybody. Everyone, huddle.
Well,
Usually goes to huddle.
just so you know, as we were into the booth, like Lucas went in first and like sat there like legs crossed and just flicking a poker chip.
What do you look like, actually, Lucas? Like,
I am uh, about a guy in his late 20s, short dark hair. Like he basically looks like a 1950s poker dealer because that was what he was doing beforehand. He's got like the poker hat thing that's like see-through yellow. He's got the waistcoat, the white shirt, the black trousers, black shoes, very highly polished black shoes, and he's just like, yeah.
oh, so you're some kind of dealer in this casino place?
Yeah, I work upstairs on the entertainment floor.
Yeah, I'm something of a dealer myself, of a different
Yeah,
kind, mind you.
yeah, it's
But
not the same thing.
anyway, what can you offer other than poker? Like, what you got any powers?
What's the deal?
Ha! Like you already, mate. I wouldn't say I've really got powers as such. I've just got skills. If you know what I mean.
Okay, slightly worried. What are those skills?
Oh, I can.
Make people disappear.
Can't quite do that, but I can definitely help out. Let's just say that.
Okay, so Toxie just kind of sinks, like, oh, you're a human, aren't you?
Hell, I'm as human as anyone.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to be? Look, can you actually tell us what you're going to do or not? Because this could be a bloodbath.
What
And
do you
again,
mean?
well,
Oh,
I mean,
don't worry. I've seen loads of fights happen here. People rarely die.
oh, jeez. I mean, we're doomed. This sucks. Ugh.
Or boned, you might say.
Ha!
Still liking him.
Yeah. Still. I mean, we need to. I mean, Leah's up first. Like, well, we know you can do your death cannon thing, and we know you can do, healing. Like, do not do that, by the way. Once they're down, don't pick them back up.
Just real quick, Talos, what is your health? Has it changed?
45.
Yeah, okay, 45. And then I'm taking it that your vitality is 24 now?
Wait. It's not 24, is it? What was it
Bartholomew,
before?
didn't your health increase as well? It's now 48, isn't
Did
it?
I think my
let me
vitality.
check. Yeah, it's 48.
Okay. Vitality would increase by at least 1. That would be 18 instead of 17. Please, Cannon, I'm assuming that you haven't leveled up past a milestone in a while yet.
Yep.
Okay. And Toxie, what is...
50 health now.
Hey, so that would put you on...
Same health.
24.
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
I got 50 health and I got 26 vitality now.
Oh, okay.
Is that the same vitality as me as well?
No,
No,
you're
it's one
27.
less.
Oh, so you're slightly above my vitality. So
Damn it.
I
Okay,
won.
so you guys have... I'm assuming that you guys have expanded all of your speeches. We'll go right into it then. So... It then...
I was going to...
Oh, no, go on.
Could you... Okay, this might seem like a weird question, Toxie.
worried already. Go on.
No the way you can poison people, which is amazing.
Yes.
Can you poison me?
Look.
I agree, that is a weird question.
Look. Okay, I know what's going on here. Look, you're very attractive, but I'm not into fetish stuff. Okay, like
Oh no, no. Just like her face is already red, considering she's an archdemon. Her face has gone even redder when you say that. She waves her hands like, I didn't mean like that. It's not. It's to do with my powers, so it is.
Oh, are you empowered by poison? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, just hold out your hand, and I just like
it's still blushing red. Just kind of now smiles. All
right, don't make this weird. Okay, like,
okay, sorry.
I just put my hand on your hand, sort of hand, and I just like excrete the poison onto your hand, and I guess I'll just roll for poison.
Yeah. Roll.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a plus 12 now, thanks to that tasty skill harmony. Oh, yes,
Nice,
that's
okay.
very nice. And I roll my poison dice, I guess. What is my poison dice? Oh god, it's 2d10 plus d12. Jesus.
Oh,
Jeez. I'm glad I'm immune to poison. You would have killed me.
Oh, hell yeah.
as you are sort of like you create this sort of like thick viscous poison, it's then immediately seeps into Leah's arm.
Her nose just more or less, she just kind of like as if she's just taken a lot of coffee. Just she looks eyes bulge out at this point, like yeah, that happened.
Yes,
Have we
As,
decided
as
on a
that ha-
signal?
There you go.
do you feel anything?
Right, like tries to close her eyes slightly and nod. Yeah.
Good.
For sure.
Glad to be of help. Oh, I guess like
Thank
I guess if you need another boost as well, I'll be in support.
Thumbs up.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Blushes and also kind of moves away, unsure of what to do now.
Yes.
Wings just kind of quite tightly wrapped around.
So actually, have I seen what you were wearing underneath you? I haven't actually. I did, and I was like, actually, yeah. 'Cause you have seen...
I should say, yeah, she is wearing pajamas underneath. Like, she's wearing one of those, like, I think the image shows it off better than. Did you show off the image?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have shown off the image. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's wearing underneath.
So,
Where was the image? I couldn't find it.
Look
Sorry,
at the stream.
I'll post it to memes if that helps.
You can post it to arts on the Discord channel, but yeah, everyone else can actually currently see her just in the background there. I'll just
Put everyone else in the void real quick.
Yes, I'll just get rid of.
Say, there we go. She'll put it into art.
And there we go. Just for those of you
There we go.
who'd like to see it there, we've got it there on there, and then everyone else in in the chat can see that. There we go.
Ain't she pretty?
And I should, just in case the audience don't know, she is 6'11". She is a giant.
That's even funny because like Toxie is like 4'5".
Really?
That's even better.
I keep forgetting how short Toxie is. Okay, so as you guys are sort of starting to get to a specific point in the conversation, you then just hear a sort of horn just signaling it. As you go, "Rrrr." Both contestants, please join into the circle of doom. Wait, what is it? Oh, we're calling it. Please go inside of the blood dome. As basically, you're pretty much like Leah. You get up and walk out. As it's just literally looks like as if like it's open, but as you walk out, you sort of almost everyone else sees that like space is distorted, and you're instantly teleported to like near the center of the dome, and the same happens with this guy. Now, this guy is
as she walked out, Lucas just looked, gave her a wink, and went, "Good luck."
Thank you. At this point, Leah is more confidently waving as she moves past.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As that happens, you then see a sort of like a demon, well, an archling that looks roughly the same sort of size as you. He's got, however, white hair. It's rather short and messy, and he's just got two huge horns sticking out of the top of his head. As he goes, "And this side we have Leah Iradia." And as it goes in, it then just changes to, "On this side, your champion, the one, the only, the Red Menace himself. They call him the Demon. It's only one, Hazazel Redface." As like there's sort of like a but a lot of you guys who are just sitting there in the booth are just like, is this nickname really Hazazel Redface?
Yeah, sounds a little bit offensive, but okay.
These guys do know that. Okay, I mean, maybe he wanted this choice. Maybe that's his real name. As
Yeah, Lee just does look a bit confused by that.
As you guys are now standing about 10 meters apart, you then hear just this whirring noise, as then suddenly the entire arena sort of bends and melds, as now the arena can be up to 20 meters tall, and it has now got a diameter equal to that of 40 meters. So technically, Leah, you're about roughly in the center of it. You have about 20 meters that you can go backwards and 20 meters that you can go forwards. But since you're about 10 meters away from this guy, he basically has about 10 meters backwards. So you're actually more further in the middle than he is. He's more back towards his own side.
Saying is, I won't bang my head on the top this time.
Yes. As things start gearing up, you then just hear one last thing. Contenders, you must understand that when this match begins, you will only be able to defeat your opponent in 2 ways. Complete and total defeat through knockout or killing them. Remember, forfeiting is also possible, but remember, if you do so, that means that counts as a loss. Well, yes, Dave, I know that is actually how it works, but why did you have me read this? I'm pretty sure that they're smart. You know what? Fine. Okay. Ready!
While he's doing that, can I just kind of move over to the guy and kind of offer a handshake and say, good luck?
What's this? Leah is offering Hazazel a handshake. Huh. So, I guess it's time. I should possibly just say, good luck to you. As he then leans his hand out as well.
I'll shake it, because this is what they do in the movies whenever I've seen people about to do fights.
He clasps your hand and he notices, like, you have soft hands. I saw your last fight. You did pretty well. Impressive. You have the power of Animite energy dispersal. Very dangerous ability.
Thanks. Okay.
Yes. Anyway, I'm sure that obviously we'll get more acquainted on the battlefield. Get set, go! As he rolls for grapple.
Okay. And this is okay. If only he knew how dumb an idea this was.
Yep. I guess you'd have to roll to try and see if you can get out of it by rolling labor.
I mean, I don't need to, considering I can control my animite beam entirely. All he's done is grab me and put him nearer to him.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to.
The other reason is just to see if basically the main thing is whether or not you can react fast enough before his next.
Don't forget you're poison powered, baby.
No, so do you want me to roll grapple? Do you want me to roll labor just to get out of it then?
You can do that, or you can roll. You can either roll labor to try and get out, or you can roll, I'd say, move speed to try and see if you can react before he does his next thing.
I'll do move speed. Move speed is something I actually have better rolls for, believe it or not.
Okay.
Oh, just.
All right.
Just about.
You are allowed to try and see if you can outroll him at this. So he's now going to do something, and obviously you can now roll to react.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay. So
this is going to be interesting.
This is you shooting energy at him, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. I should have said 2 times, but I suppose I can't say it now, can I?
No. So as he sort of grabs you, you sort of just like and then you sort of with your other hand, you either with your other hand or the same hand that he's holding, you just suddenly can generate like energy. As that happens, he does the same. As you will both now hit each other with Animite energy damage. As he says, well done, that is quite rare. And then as the match begins, he then says this.
But not rare enough for me not to have some.
As his voice suddenly changes and it seems a lot more sort of like ominously scary. Roll for your dams.
Okay. Okay.
Rolling.
Thing is, though, can I add my elemental empowerment stockpile?
No, since you didn't say that you were going to add that beforehand.
Well, I didn't. Well, there was many reasons why I didn't, because I was just reactive hitting.
Okay. Either way,
We didn't actually roll for moves. We had to see who moved first.
No, exactly, because like this was his strat. Like, okay, we'll shake, I'll grab, so that then I will definitely get it because we'll be in close proximity. This is basically sort of dirty fighting at this point.
He took the initiative.
Yes, exactly.
And you did initiate the handshake, so it's kind of your own fault.
As both of you generate light of like pure pink or purple, as both of you just sort of light up like Christmas trees, as you both get hit by this, you take 30 damage. However, this guy, on the other hand, takes 51. As both of you, as I said before, light up like Christmas trees. Since this does, roll me a survival or a fortitude. Actually, no, it's survival because it's special. Yeah, roll me a survival.
Hey, well, good thing I've got super on.
Hey, I thought you did, yeah.
But I get advantage, don't I?
No, it's power.
It's power, not just a random thing. However, with this guy, I also need to roll the same thing.
So what's the point of having Supercon if you can't roll advantage on things?
It's not about that. It's about the fact that you can have a larger modifier, and also against normies who try to hit you, you roll advantage. Then you don't roll advantage.
And you get
against everything.
Loads of vitality.
Because otherwise, what would be the point in having a higher modifier if you can just roll advantage all the time?
And you can still roll terribly. We've seen that happen with 2 nat ones.
Yes, but at least save.
No, that's okay. But no, that's but no. My modifier is 27, so it's only being me by 3.
That's fine. Okay.
Fine.
Right. I'm just now having a look. Okay. Okay. That's that. Right. Okay. So. Oh, put plus. There we go. And boosh. Right, okay, so the attack does break your vitality, but not doubles, so you're safe. This guy's, however, does actually break his vitality, and it does double, but he gets a high enough roll, so he's safe as well. As you both light each other up, Leah, this hurts every fiber of your being. It's like as if like you got a cramp and also a sunburn all throughout the existence of every molecule in your body. This hurts so damn much. But this also hurts this guy, as both of you almost let out kind of like a kind of like in pain. As both of you sort of light up, it now sort of comes down as it's now your turn, since you were reacting to his attack.
You cheat! Got her cheat!
Oh, please. You and I both know that this is how it's gonna work here.
3 times damage this time.
Okay.
3 times damage, and I am going to be using my stockpile, because that's what you knew I was going to use my stockpile with this attack.
Okay. I don't know.
I'm only using 9.
I'm pretty sure you have to roll for stockpile, which I'll allow you to roll.
Do you want me to roll? Do you want me to roll for stockpile?
Yeah, normally I'll have to ask you to roll before, but because that, like, yeah. All it is just a 10 or above to activate the stockpile, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay.
So it's I'm going to use 9 of my stockpile to give me 5d10s of damage.
Okay. Right, I'll roll for this guy. Okay, yeah, he definitely doesn't get high enough, because, again, I won't be a dick and go, oh, well, your first roll has to count. Like, I won't be like that.
Don't you dare.
No.
Don't you dare on that.
I was the one who said that you could roll, and the second roll was your stockpile. Okay, yeah, so, yep, no, he's definitely not fast enough. Hit him. As you just
ow,
like
ow.
fire this, everyone sees this. Everyone sees basically the equivalent of almost a Dragon Ball Z style hand explosion of pure light hit this guy, and as this huge wall of pink and purple energy comes towards him, he just stands there. And I want to point out, you're still holding his hand, so just with one hand, you just completely light this guy up. It's just his hand is sticking out of this light wall.
Like, more or less, you see Leia, like, still holding his hand, like, you cheat! Just, like pointed finger at him, the point, straight at his head.
As this light just completely... You don't even see anything but, like, his feet roughly around about his knees, and the arm that is still being held on to Leia. Whilst this is going on, I'm just going to roll, because this is 42, which is then, because he takes 3 times animite damage, is then a lovely whopping 126. And as
Jesus
this happens,
Lord!
He sees this large amount of light, and the last thing that he just says is...
Well done.
As
Ouch.
whoosh, huge light. As this goes on, I shall roll for his con. Not that it matters too much, but I'm gonna roll for this anyway.
He's just a little airborne. He's okay. He's okay.
Because now I just have to. And now I just have to divide that number by. Okay, no. Straight up, like that roll is actually discontinued because it's over 5 times his vitality, and he hit less than 0 health, which means that straight up, like he's just there, as he just like all that is left is just legs and a hand.
Drops the hand.
Oh, damn! We've seen not one, but 2 crazy fights, but we never saw anything like this in the previous match. I guess she's some kind of nuclear holocaust, all bundled up into a small, well, a rather large package. Well done, Leah. Leah is the winner. Congratulations.
I'm giving you a standing ovation, Leah.
You hear
just
a snap yet again, and the arm and legs just suddenly go back into a placement lock, and then you just sort of see glowing, a silhouette, followed by the glowing sort of like peeling off to reveal the guy as he goes,
Damn. I did not expect that. Well
That's
done.
You're being a cheat. I'm gonna play fair.
Listen,
Like to do in the movies.
You
We
should
shake hands
warn-
and then.
You should warn your team. None of us are going to fight fair. As long as you know that, you should be safe.
Well, I know that now.
and he just turns around and walks away. As you have even barely like noticed this, but you're completely healed as well. You're fine.
In our booth, Lucas is just sort of looking at the others, going, "See." Like, he's not actually saying anything. He's just sort of looking at them as if to say, "See, you'll be fine, even if you die."
Gotta hand it to them. That's pretty good.
High fives, Bartholomew. Bony high five.
Without extra support, they were able to already win. I guess you could see that these guys aren't the underdogs here. Hopefully they might be a little bit more equally matched in the next round, as we see the next contenders.
Before my round starts, do I know a little bit about my opponent, seeing as I've worked here?
If you give me a second, I shall tell you who your opponent is. Your opponent is called Joanne Vettigold. She seems to have some almost weird abilities. She has martial arts capabilities. Some people state that she has willpower techniques, which is believed to be considered an old, ancient, mystical art. You don't know if it's necessarily true, but she has beaten a lot of her opponents with abilities that are very difficult to explain scientifically.
Power of determination.
Knowing that, while their fight was going on, I'd like to use my ace in the hole ability.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly have a look. Because you've written me a little glossary, so I'm just going to have a look at the glossary of these different abilities. Okay.
I suppose at this point I'm walking back into the room then.
You've already gone into the room now, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to roll to see if I can actually create my ace in the hole. I do.
Good then.
Secondary part of creating my ace in the hole is I'm going to put the condition of when she starts using her mystic powers, like when she goes to max power out. So
You'll
when she
have to
she
be
goes
a
to
little bit
say,
more specific because otherwise that could cover everything.
all right, when let's say when she starts if she uses is it will extent, like when she can, what is it when you punch with willpower?
Oh, Fist of Will.
Fist of Will. When she uses Fist of Will to finish me off.
Oh, to actually defeat
Like
you,
the finishing
fight.
blow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright then.
I've got to be kind of specific with this ability, haven't I?
Yes, yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
didn't necessarily need to be that specific, but if you want that to be that specific, I'm definitely fine with that.
Oh, if I can, yeah, I'll go with that. When she uses the move to finish me off.
Okay. As this goes on, yes, the announcer then claims, "It is now Lucas. Is that right? Am I getting this right? I think it's right. Oh, they can still hear me. Oh, okay. All right. I'll say, Lucas Taiki versus Joanne Vitigold. That's right, men and ladies. As then, everyone is just cheering, but also sort of like, who the hell is this Lucas guy? Oh, I don't know, they probably just got someone in. Doesn't that sound roughly like the dealer on the entertainment floor? You know, the guy who always seems to say the house always wins and the luck isn't always in everyone's favor? Yeah, I think that guy's been cheating for years.
I literally walk out as if I was walking to the pub, what left hand in my pocket, and I'm just flicking the chip in the other hand.
Very well. As you
My ace in the hole chip.
as you guys both enter, the arena shrinks. As instead of it being a 40-meter diameter, it now goes to 20 meters diameter. You are now about 10 meters away from each other, which means that you have 10 meters of wall behind you. However, the room on the roof has now changed by literally nothing. So it's still 20 meters tall.
I'm going as I'm guessing she walks in and we're standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna be like, well, hello, darling. This should be fun. And
she doesn't
no hard
answer.
feelings if it works either way. In fact, this is on me, and I just flicker the chip for her to catch.
Okay, I will roll something for her. Just looking at her wisdom. Okay. Okay, I'll roll Dex. See if she actually does try to catch it. She catches it. Cute.
And I'm gonna smile. I'm just gonna smile at her and then activate my poker face.
Okay. How gentlemanly. It seems as though he's already given her a token of his gratitude. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, it seems as though the match is already about to begin, so without any further ado,
Before that, you can see what I've just rolled. So I'm going to use my full house ability. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, there we
go. Begin, I guess? Roll move speed.
I know what your powers are. You mysterious Lucas, you.
What?
Don't say
I'm not
that,
gonna
don't
say. I'm not gonna say. I have a suspicion.
Okay,
I've had
so
a suspicion since he was playing poker.
basically, she just sort of gets into a stance and sort of immediately sort of lunges towards you. Now I know the effect of this, so I know that I need to roll differently. But yes, I will now do this as she just goes right towards you. I shall roll this ability. Oop, not plus 10, it's plus 9.
++9.
plus 9. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, I'll just do that again because that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put 7 plus. Okay, there we go. As she does so, you sort of like see as her hand reels back and she goes to actually attack you. And I actually have to put this, which is again a plus. Oh wow, okay. As basically you must defend yourself against a 20 as she goes to punch you.
Okay. I will attempt to evade, and this is one of my 2-pair actions.
Okay.
Oop. So I got a 20.
Oh, nice. So obviously with evasion, it always goes to the wielder of the attack if it matches. As she like lunges towards you and strikes you, she lands a hit, and as doing so, you take.
By the way, my max health is 36 and my vitality is 16.
Oh damn! Okay.
I never actually told you that, did I?
As like
I rolled a 1.
as she strikes you in the chest, you feel like a really strange feeling shoot throughout your entire body, and immediately as she strikes you, you go flying back, and you are still on your, still on your feet. However, as you've sort of done that, you sort of look down. You've taken no damage, but your tie and your shirt, it's just got a hole in it. It's just ruined.
I just sort of dust myself off and go, "Oh, do you know how much this cost? Oh."
So you have some kind of special ability that allows you to soak up damage. You must also be a willpower user. Or something else? She looks rather confused, and in this confusion, it is now your turn.
When she says willpower user, I'm gonna sort of give her a nod, as if to say, you got it, sister. And
So what is the rules for like when we're allowed to jump in and stuff?
Only when they
They
call
have
you
to
in for
actively
support.
They have
request.
to call us.
Yes.
oh yeah, I just sort of give her a nod as if to say you've got it, sister. And then I'm gonna jokedly like take a stance and like act like I'm powering up my hand and then I just do the whole thing with my hand where I'm like, come on, and I'm using my poker face again.
Okay. Roll for it.
Yep, works.
Yep. Okay.
Poker face,
That's one action
poker
done.
face.
What's your other action?
It was just like just to say, come on.
Would you like to roll taunt then?
Yeah.
Okay. And I shall attempt to roll her nerve, which is under charisma, which is just
Natural 20.
Oh my god!
I will let
rolls,
it be.
not
I will
bad.
let it be you because even though that it's a double nat 20, you still have a +3 and she does not. So I will let it go. And she's just like, I'm not gonna be bothered by any of your tricks. I don't believe anything, and I don't care even if you do have willpower. And you just take a stance. Come on. As she just immediately goes for an attack. Now this will give you an advantage on reaction if you do so wish to react.
I'm just going to like I literally like wait until the last second and then just punch her straight in the face.
Okay. Right. Do you have reactive hit? If
I don't.
not, you will have to use either acrobatics and get 5 or above, or blocking and get 5 or above.
I'll use acrobatics.
Okay. Right. I'm just now having a look. Okay, so this is plus that.
Oh,
And this is plus that. Okay, I'm just now having a look at something real quick. Okay. That was a disadvantage, so that ability is... And that ability is...
Before you continue, I'm going to use my Royal Flush ability.
Okay. Royal Flush.
On that roll.
Oh, okay. Alright. So, is that... oh, okay, so is that on that roll that you just did?
Yeah, so my acrobatics roll is what I'm using that ability
on. Fair enough. Yeah, okay. As she just sort of like lunges towards you and throws a punch, you perfectly dodge past their fist, and then follow up with a right hook.
Mm. Which is really pathetic because it's just a 4. Now, having minus in strength lower this in any way?
No.
Okay. At 1. One down.
There's not much lower that you can do than a D4 anyway, so yeah. As you do 1 point of damage to this character, as you just hit her in the side of the head, and your fist stops. Like you hit her, and you definitely hit her in the face, and it does not nothing, but you're like next to nothing. Like you're almost like.
I'm just gonna act like I put in like a really big punch, and I'm doing like the dancing like Bruce Lee does when he does the sort of hopping thing when he gets like into it, and I'm just smiling at her.
I just imagine it's almost like as if you go dodge the fist, well, bam, almost like as if your hand then recoils off of her shin. You bounce back like 2 feet and then dance
make the noise as I make the punch. I'm literally not taking this seriously. I'm making it look like I'm not taking it seriously.
As you do so, it is then your turn.
I'm basically going to be like I'm still dancing around and doing the whole. I'm just gonna be like, come on. Do you really think you can win this? I mean, come on. You can do better than that. Really hit me. And I'm
taunt.
Taunting again.
Come on, baby. Yay!
Yep. Alright, she'll be able to roll whatever you want to roll with an advantage, and she'll obviously still have to roll disadvantage, which I will now roll, which is that plus 9, and then that plus 10. A natural 1 and a natural 20. So as she sort of goes to her ability, her first ability activates, and she then rushes towards you, and then sort of like you can tell that she's gone too wide for this, and she might very well slip. As this happens, this gives you the perfect opportunity. However, we'll see exactly how well you can react to this. That was a 19. Are you rolling acrobatics again, by the way?
I'm rolling acrobatics again.
Okay, yeah.
But as part of this, can I like trip her up?
Absolutely.
I don't get a natural 1 now.
I mean, you get an advantage with this acrobatics, so
I do.
There's still a good chance.
It's happened before.
It has happened before. That's a 9. That'll still do. As you do so, you do in fact trip her up, and then you can then go for another attack if you do so wish.
Yeah, this time I'm just gonna hit her in the back of the head as I pirouette away like a ballerina.
Roll damage.
4.
Makes the defeat ever more horrible.
I want to point out this is how it
one
goes.
combat is going to take the rest of the session.
Probably.
As this keeps going on, she's just like watching this, like, this guy take the mick out of her, and then she tries to attack, and then immediately Boom, hit, done. Now I want to point this out. A taunt usually ends the person's turn. If they fail a taunt, they can keep their turn going. If they succeed a taunt, they can go, all right, that's the end of my turn. Because usually a taunt, then anything that the opponent who was taunted successfully does, the person who taunted them can roll advantage, or the person rolls disadvantage. Fun fact, if the person is already affected by something that makes them disadvantaged, then the target gets to roll advantage on top of that, on top of the attacker being rolled a disadvantage. So this girl, despite the factor of possibly being almost one of the most dangerous fighters in the terms of this entire area that you are in, is going up against a guy who has no combat capabilities. He is still basically pulling off 0 damage run on this particular fight. Since that is the end of her turn, it comes back to you. Because you're ending your turn with your taunts, and then she's beginning her turn being, just finished being taunted. So yes, back to you.
Yeah. After doing my pirouetting away, I'm just going to bow to her and go, "Do you really want to continue?"
Actually, I think I've just figured out what your abilities are. So I wouldn't want to give this opportunity up to actually see if I can push past my own limits. If you're okay with that, of course.
Let's dance. And as I say that, I do like a bow as if I'm actually asking her to dance, like ballroom dance.
I guess roll taunt again.
Nonny.
Yep.
Nonny.
As she goes to use her ability, which succeeds, and then goes to throw an attack. As she gets a 24 on her attack, as she lunges towards you again, wrapped her fist, and is just straight up just trying to go for a punch. Again, you can roll advantage on acrobatics because obviously,
yes, I will.
She can't do nothing. She angry. She pissed.
Yep. Hang on, I need to. Oh,
Oh damn.
11.
That's an 11. As she like straight up like catches you, you're like, okay, I got a dodge. And then as she does so, she uppercuts you. And on that specific uppercut, she deals keep having that song stuck in my head.
3,000 damage.
No. There we go. As she like straight up strikes you, uppercuts you, the force of her fist brings up your tie, the other half of your tie as it flats and hits you. And as she like tries to like straight up knock you out with the uppercut, the tie just bursts. As you're like sort of brought back, the entirety of your shirt is now completely damaged and open. But for somehow, you've miraculously not taken any damage from that attack. As she's just looking at her hand, just like she's got some of the threads and cloths on her hands, just looking at it like, what the hell?
As I land, I'm getting a piece of that. The knot of the tie is still like by my feet, so I'm just going to pick it up and sort of pretend to straighten the tie with the knot, and then look at it again, sort of like in like a oh yeah, duh, and just like throw it over my shoulder.
She's just looking really like, what the heck is going on here? I thought I'd definitely hit them this time, but she's just looking at her hand. Every one of you who are watching this, you are also flabbergasted. You can all roll intelligence or power knowledge if you'd like.
I'm about to use some power knowledge.
Any of you who do so, keep your numbers in your minds, because I'll come back to that later.
You know, I'll do intelligence. Why not?
Okay. And now it is
Well,
your turn.
I have no idea.
I've already used all my good rolls for the day.
You've been stockpiling them. So, it is now your turn. Lucas, what shall you do?
At this point, I'm like, I'm looking at my shirt, my tie, my waistcoat. I'm like, come on, love. You know what? And I pull it. I reach into my phone. I pull out 5 of my poker chips, which are probably like the high. Like I work on the high bets table, like the really high bets table. So they're probably like the biggest chip you can get in the entire place. And I just hold them out and go, you know what? If you just give up because it's not really working for you, I'll give you these 2. And I just sort of, I literally hold them in my hand, like one between each like finger, and then finger and thumb, like.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay, and I will use my. It is one of my 2 pair actions.
Okay. I forgot that this is a charisma thing, because this isn't deceit. She's not having to roll insight, she's just having to roll charisma against you.
Yeah.
Beta 3. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, definitely. She
That's a
then, like,
23.
lowers her hands and she just sort of laughs. She just closes her eyes and just... There is really no opportunity for me to defeat you, is there? Your powers are that scary that you're really that worried about using them against me?
Well, let's just say last time I went all out, yeah, city disappeared.
Roll me deceit.
Again, I'm using my 2 pair on this.
Fair enough. I'll still have to. Oh, no, that's insight. So that is actually plus 4. So
I
that's
also have +4.
22.
I will use my. I will use my royal flush on that.
Okay, so that instantly turns that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's a 24.
I've never heard of that ever happening, but to be fair, there's much that I don't know about you. If you're really that powerful, there's no point in me continuing, is there?
At this point, I'm just gonna give her a wink and go, I'd like to know more about you. Seduction.
Okay, roll seduction.
I swear to God.
It has to be used at some point.
Come on! Yes! Yes! Lucas is getting laid! Yes!
She starts to bone! She starts blushing and immediately drops all of her guard, and she just goes, well, I didn't actually, okay, sure. She just sort of, like, moves her hair out of her face a little and just sort of goes, I'll take those chips, and hopefully I'll see you around, Lucas.
I'll call on you after the fights. Yeah. And I walk up to her and just like hand her the chips.
What's this? Lucas is seeming to go and give her more of these casino chips. What is it? Wait, what? She's raising her hand? And she's forfeiting the match? What? As the announcer said, she lifts her hand up and then pretty much screams out, I forfeit this fight. As everyone is just like, what?
As soon as she says that, I put my hand up as if to like do the whole like she's actually the winner thing. But what I also do is I sort of coil my hand up her to her hand, bring it down, then just kiss it, and walk off back towards.
She blushes and then basically goes back to her side and just says like, I'll see you then, and sort of scampers off, like she sort of like runs off.
Yep, and I walk off like as cool as I can, like this.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is just basically a normal Saturday night for me.
Dapper ass bad boy over here just won himself a good night, regardless of victory or not.
Yeah.
As this comes back around, it's then the next match, and I will just quickly have a look at the matchups again, as it is now Toxie versus Mercury.
Oh no!
Great.
Do I know anything about this guy at all? Like,
not at all. You've never heard of this dude.
I mean, going off the name, Mercury is like a poisonous metal, I believe. if I remember correctly.
It can be poisonous mercury.
Yeah.
Or it could
Yeah.
be a god,
It
Mercury.
shouldn't really be ingested or left on the skin.
Most metals should never be ingested or left on the skin.
we have iron inside us.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say. Get your daily intake of iron.
I'm not a chemist, okay?
Or biologist, clearly.
Yeah. Or biochemist, I guess.
Okay.
Right, I'm
I
just having a
suppose I
quick
should
look.
can I make some toxic explosive before I enter the ring, or
I'm gonna say no.
no? Okay, well, worth a try.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and guess it would probably be frowned upon.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just now having a look at some stuff. I'm just quickly looking for something because I thought, whilst we're doing this, if you guys would like to talk to Lucas, who I want to point this out, took 0 damage. His whole uniform is ruined, but took 0 damage, and not only made his opponent forfeit, but took 0 damage, made his opponent forfeit, and possibly getting laid at the end of this.
That's like, I see what's going on. Yeah, I know this.
Okay.
Giving her chips. Yeah, you
I'll
you bribed her, didn't you, Lucas?
I'll have a real quick look. Leia.
Are you actually saying that to me, Toxic?
Yeah, it's like, come on, be honest. You be honest amongst us. Did you bribe her before this?
Nah, man. I mean, the chips were an added extra in giving up, but no, it's just all charm, my man, all charm. And I go to sort of adjust my my collar as this is what I'm saying, and then I realize there is no collar there, and go, oh.
Yeah, you're shirtless.
I'm gonna have to get changed on her.
Yeah, or join the Chippendales. Get out of here, you. Well done.
And I just sit down and start flicking yet another chip that I have on me.
Okay, so, Leia, you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Leia and Talos, you figure out what his abilities are. He has the ability to manipulate luck. Because all of those things were just way too coincidental that kept happening. That this esteemed fighter would suddenly slip up, that a willpower user couldn't punch through cloth. And even weirder than all of this was actually the fact that he pretty much just beat her without without really necessarily doing all that much damage to her. Like, these are esteemed fighters who can take attacks, at least attacks that should be 3 times more deadly than they normally would be. And yet, a couple of punches and she was like, no, yeah, sure, I'll go on a date with you. Although, now that I say it in that specific order, it does sound a bit weird.
It sounds pretty...
Yes. You're cutting out a lot of context.
Context is fine.
I would just like to point out I do not endorse any kind of domestic violence.
I mean, in his defense, he did have a shirt.
By that he means violence in a dome.
I'm not muscular in any way, but I've not got much fat on me either. I'm
trim.
I'm trim.
An in-game or in real life?
Oh, definitely only in game.
Yeah, he's pure muscle in real life.
Oh yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, very
there.
sexy. So sexy, mate.
Just muscle and hair, that's all I'm made of.
That is actually that's actually not even a joke because you play rugby and you're a beast. Also, I'm told.
I love that. Also, I'm told.
I am large. Let's leave it at that.
David, you tell us on the...
Okay, so Toxie, you are going to be fighting against Mercury.
Well, here I go.
As you start taking the stage and instantly teleport into the middle.
Toxie!
As suddenly this guy comes in as well. This guy is wearing basically practically nothing. He is wearing just pretty much a toga. That is it. Just a toga and a loincloth, just wrapping around most of just his junk, and that's it. As he walks in.
Ah, he's like a god fanatic or something. Actually,
suddenly the cage expands as the cage expands to 100 meters in diameter.
Well, that ain't good.
The range of the ceiling increases to 30 meters. Mercury then just goes, actually, to make it fair, we should possibly increase the height a little bit more. And then it increases further. No, it needs to be fair to them. And then it increases up to 60 meters high. 100 meters diameter, 60 meters height. There we go. Now I can finally stretch my legs. What was your name again? I believe it was Toxie or Toxin.
Just Toxie is fine.
Oh, but I saw you on the news. You're that poison user. The natural disaster, correct?
Yeah.
Then it is a pleasure to meet and beat you. You see, my previous compatriots were indeed weaker than I, and in fact, I am quite insulted that I even share a team with them, honestly. Preposterous. But you, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure that I'll have my fill, and you'll definitely be getting, well, beaten pretty damn fast. So, bring at me whatever you've got. But I assure you that I will be the victor here. In this side, we have Mercury, and on that side, we have Toxin, or Toxie. Yeah, it just says either. Okay, sure, right, nice. Anyway, let them... What? No, I'm throwing away the script because I don't need it. Alright, fine. Let the third match begin! As roll move speed.
Okay. Oh, great. This ain't good. Oh boy.
Boosh. Okay, well, it's this guy first, and
I thought no one's used any support or anything.
Didn't need it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say that he definitely takes at least part of his nickname, whatever, from the Roman messenger god, because that's a big move speed bonus.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, and here we go.
Oh, I think I remember who this is.
As suddenly, you just see him sort of, vibrate for a second, and then he just suddenly dashes towards Toxie, and then he just kicks the floor, does a front flip, and is behind Toxie, as he then suddenly elbows Toxie.
Ow.
Roll me some kind of reaction for this particular one, as this will actually be his roll.
I mean, I guess I could evade, or I could just activate my, Actually, yeah, I've got super martial arts, so I could just, activate, my strenuous form, I suppose, in response, or...
Okay, you'll be rolling disadvantage.
Oh, great. Okay, but, okay.
Still not a bad factor, but yeah.
Oh, well...
But I was about to say boom, but... no,
so it's
not
that's 19, so it doesn't, my strenuous form does not activate, nope.
As he gets you in the back with his shoulder, with his elbow, he deals... Jeez. Oh, blimey. Oh, I completely forgot about this guy's damage output. I want to point this out. This has all been randomly rolled. I did not know that this guy was going to fight Toxie, but it is a very bad matchup. Everyone else got roughly funny matchups, and one matchup that is just why? This is the matchup that I was like, oh, come on.
Oh, great.
To be honest,
it would be me, wouldn't it? Oh, great. That's I'm down to 20.
The elbow jab, crack in the back, and then Toxie, you take 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, 30. Yeah, I get out to 30.
You don't have damage resistance, do you, Toxie?
Oh yeah, it just breaks my vitality once though.
Fortitude with disadvantage.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, great.
I would also like to point out that he's speaking the truth, because there was one matchup in this that would have destroyed him.
Okay. That's a 30. That's 14. Yeah, that's fine. It only breaks it once. Yeah, no, you're fine. It hurts like hell. Holy crap! But he moved faster than almost you could see. It was like, wait, people shouldn't be able to move that fast. As you then sort of like turn around to see this guy, he is actually standing about 2 meters off of the air.
Oh God.
It is now your turn.
Hits me again. That's over. But So if I call in for Leah to heal me, I won't be able to call in anyone else, or can I call in someone else?
You can call in someone else, but remember they cannot they cannot use a direct attack. And once you do that, that is the end of your turn because technically you've used 2 actions.
Okay, I think I'll get Leah in to heal me.
Okay. As you call out to Leah. Sorry, I'm just setting up a fan because it's very hot in there.
I'm setting up a fan too, in the form of Leah coming to
Okay,
help
so
me.
you call out Leah. Leah, as you sort of run forwards, you are instantly teleported to where Toxie is. Roll to heal.
Hey, you just see Leah just more or less wrap arms around Toxie and the wings collapse around her. Around both of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the last of my stockpile to aid in the healing of this. Which I'm going to have to figure out what the health is for this because I'm not done with healing yet. Should I roll for both of them first?
Yes, please.